Good morning from day 5. I'm not gonna lie, last night was a little rough with the wind, but I started out with a full tent set up and then collapsed it at maybe about 1:30 in the morning. The wind really just started picking up after about 9 p.m. and just started flapping the tent like all night really hard, and just I couldn't sleep. So yeah, that collapsing it, at least I was able to kind of lay on top of it or tuck it in around me so I didn't have to hear that noise anymore. I think I finally fell asleep a little after 2 o'clock, but I got up at just body functions waking me up at 6 o'clock in the morning. So maybe I got 3.5, 4 hours of sleep. So I'm a little beat, but that's okay. Turned out to be at least a mild night. It was only about 55, so fortunately it wasn't cold. So, all right, well, I'm gonna get this mess packed up, get some breakfast in me, some coffee for sure, and then then I'll get to walking again. All right, good morning again. So I've been on the trail just for 10 minutes. But yeah, just gonna try to get as close to Julian as I can today. I started at mile 56. The plan is to get to somewhere around 71, 73, somewhere in that range. But we'll see as we go. It's not a big deal. I'll still have a short day into Julian, which is mile 77 tomorrow. So that's the plan today. It's not supposed to get too warm. I think it's supposed to be low 70s. Hopefully that's true because that's nice hiking weather. Before I forget to mention, that was my first time cowboy camping alone. And I was a little nervous at first, but I was so tired. I'm like, I just need to sleep. I can't worry about anything. But the moon was full, so it was really bright outside. But I kept kind of like peeking out, like making sure there wasn't an animal sitting next to me staring at me. But even if there was, they're probably just going, whatever, they don't care really. But anyway, I was very proud of myself for doing that. And you can check that off my list too. Nice. Oh, look at, it's a Jerusalem cricket. I love these guys. They're so cool. I know they freak people out when they don't know what they are, but they're fine. They're not venomous. They can bite though. And I guess they have a pretty painful bite, so I wouldn't like pick them up and handle them. But they're fine. Whenever I find a rock like this, soon after I start hiking, it's just sloped, I'll stop and stretch my calves and Achilles. Lots of orange tape hanging around. Are they having a race here today? So the lady hanging the tape I just passed her, and she said, yes, they're doing it's like an Oriflamme trail race. They've already started. And I only saw one other person, but they were like past the orange tape, so I don't know who that was. But anyway, I just talking to her, and she's really sweet. She goes, okay, well, good luck. I put a heart up there ahead for you. And it's funny because I have this thing like finding the hearts, and I'm always looking for heart shapes. I just naturally do that, so it's kind of cool she said that. I don't see it yet, but I'll keep looking. It's a little windy up here still. I've been climbing for a while, so now it's kind of starting to go gradually downhill for a while, which will be appreciated. Trail's beautiful up here. So yeah, those yellow flowers. I don't know if it's some kind of it's not. I don't think it's a poppy. I know the poppies that grow low to the ground, but starting to run into a few flowers. That's nice. on my first pack off break. I'm just gonna sit here for probably about 10 minutes and just eat my snack. I've already had my cassava shake, but that's kind of more just a supplement, so I'm just gonna eat something more calorie dense in me. And then, yeah, just looking forward to the rest of this afternoon. This whole area is just beautiful, so I really enjoy hiking through here. And the trails aren't that bad. There are some steep ups and downs, and I have one coming up here at about mile 61. I'm at 59.5, so I've gone 3.5 miles from camp. But after that steep down and then up, it's pretty cruisy the rest of the day. So looking forward to it. I haven't seen many people. I had two hikers pass me this morning when I was getting packed up and ready to go. I haven't seen any other hikers, just a couple trail runners. I don't know where they all are, but I thought for sure a lot of people would be passing me last night, and I didn't see anyone. Just passed another trail runner. He said there's trail magic a little bit ahead. I don't know if he means like for the runners and they're just offering it to the hikers, or if it's a separate trail magic. It is Saturday, so that increases the chances of having that. Yay, well, that's kind of something to look forward to. I'm kind of just taking today as it goes, but I'm thinking about trying to push to that campsite at just past 71 that I stayed at with Pothole in during last year's section hike. But it's the one that's like at the bottom of that little valley, and usually haven't had any problems with wind there the two times I've used that spot. But I really want to get some sleep tonight because yeah, getting that like 3-4 hours of sleep is not conducive for recovery and doing this sort of thing, pushing big miles. So maybe I'll get lucky and that spot will be open. Man, I need somebody to just take their thumb and just dig into that muscle right underneath the scapula. Whew. I think I can ask a random stranger to do that. Probably not, but it would feel good. That guy was flying, but he doesn't have a backpack on either. He didn't even have a day pack on. They must have a lot of stations to stop at. Well, I'm trying to find one up ahead here and see what kind of magic they have for us. I hear music ahead. I'm almost to the service road, right before a really steep 1 mile down descent. So let's see what's going on up here. Okay, I think I go this way. Yeah, there's a PCT sign up there. Nice. Or while through hiking. Oh, the sign says trail magic. This way. Wow, there's a lot of people up here. Holy moly.
What do you need? Water and water.
Do you want ice or anything?
Oh my gosh, they were great. It was fun watching the runners come in. They were servicing them, and they treated us the same way, just like threw a chair under me and gave us watermelon and snacks and all kinds of good little things, soda, and now I'm full. But all right, well, it should be good. I shouldn't have to eat lunch for a while, so it's about 11:40. So all right, let's keep going. All right, back on the PCT. Thank you guys. So it's a 50K. They got 30 miles to finish in about 9 hours. They go down into the desert and back. Pretty crazy. These guys are hardcore. Trail Magic is such a morale booster. It's so nice. And then they're so kind and so sweet. And they were so excited to see us coming in as well. So that was really nice. I'm happy. Trail Magic up there. All right, just got to tackle this steep downhill for about a mile, and then we'll go about a mile straight up the other side. I'll be fine. So we're getting dumped down into that valley down there, and then the service road goes up, and I can't see where the PCT, but the PCT, I can see it just runs along the mountain here. So we'll just climb up that steep service road on the other side until we meet up with the trail over there. So I'm just going to be focusing on getting down this really steep grade and not falling on my butt. Made it to the bottom of that steep down. Wasn't too bad. Going to go find a place to go potty, and then I don't know, I probably will put my sun umbrella up. The air's got a little bit of a cool edge to it, which is great, but the sun is still really intense. So before I start climbing up the other side here in a minute, just ate my mandarin oranges that I got from the Trail Magic. And I have 4.7 miles to go to get to the next water source. And so right now it's about 12. That means it'll probably be close to 2. Another late lunch day. Yesterday was a late lunch. Today will be a late lunch also. Just kind of how my appetite's working out too. That sun is hot down here. Wow. It's amazing how it changes from one side of the mountain to the other to down in the valleys. But I'm going to climb up out of here so I can get to where the air is blowing a little bit better. All right, let's go. Okay, back on the actual trail. Well, I haven't seen a lot of hikers again today. It's really weird. Like this time I've only had maybe like a couple young guys pass me early on in the hike. But other than that, like, I must be pacing along at a decent pace where people aren't catching up to me too much. So that's pretty cool. Guess I'm not in that bad of shape. But it's just bizarre because there's not a lot of people around to hike with and get to know. So that's a little sad, but it's okay. I know you come and go between bubbles of hikers, and I'm just in that void right now. So this just blows my mind. Look at this. Way up there on the hill. There's the Trail Magic that I was at. Oh, it was 11:47 or something when I left there. It's about 1:40. So it's been 2 hours since I left there. And I've come all this way, like down. It was down that and then through the valley and then up and around these hillsides here. But that is just insane. No wonder I'm like tired. I'm ready to get to my lunch spot and take a break, but it's taking me a little longer than I estimated. So it's going to be well after 2. It might even be closer to 3. So I don't know. If I find a decent spot, something with shade, I might sit, take a lunch before the water tank, but I don't know. We'll see. This trail here looks a little bit better, but what I just came through was really narrow and really janky. Like, could fall really easily if not paying attention. So I'm gonna just concentrate, get through this narrow ledge area and get to that water source. It's still about 2 miles ahead, so it's not gonna be fast miles because it's a lot of rock. Very rocky trail today, and it's on the ledge, so take some focus. Well, I just took a nice spill back there. It was really rocky, so I was really paying attention. And then the trail got a little bit more sandy and cruisy, and so I sped up. And I literally to myself said, man, I hope the trail stays like this. This is great. And bam, like literally, that's when I went down. So my toe clips those little tiny, the rocks that are like the same color as the sand, they stick up just enough to catch my toe on, and I don't see them. And it's just, so I'm okay, but that was my left knee that I could feel it like pull. Feels okay, and I can feel it slightly, so I'm hoping it's not a big deal. All right, a bunch of guys over there filling up their water. I'm gonna steal the shade spot and take a nice long lunch break. Just leaving my break spot. It is 3:30 in the afternoon. I have about 3.7 miles to the campsite I'm trying to get to tonight. Let's get heading out on the trail and over these ledge walks. So basically I'm getting ready to start the ledge walks that go along here for quite a while, and probably just gonna keep the phone put away so I can just focus on getting through there. Right through the sketchiest part of the ledge walks back there. There's a couple spots that were a little terrifying for me, but I got through them just fine. It's just some of them just slope right off straight down the hill, and it's a little intimidating, but every time I've come through here, it's been like that. And then once you get like past that first really steep section, it's, you know, we're heading down towards the desert floor. So it just doesn't look as intimidating to me. All right, building courage as we go along. I've been skirting along these mountains here. Far out says that I have 1.7 miles to my camp spot. So we'll see how I feel when I get there, if I want to stay there for sure, or if I'm going to continue on, which, you know, got mixed feelings about that, because I don't know if I'm going to end up in a windy spot, and I don't want to make it to Julian today because I don't have anywhere to stay anyway. So, I mean, I could go the stagecoach, but there's no reason for me to push over 18 mile day today. There just isn't. So I'm trying to decide if I'm gonna stay here. This is the spot I've stayed in a couple times, and both times it's been really shielded from the wind. This is way down in a valley, so I'm hoping that's the case. I'm just gonna stay here and take like a nice break, feel it out. It's only a little over 5 miles to town, so there's really no reason to push there tonight and camp at Scissors or out in the desert floor where it might be windy. Definitely feeling some steady breezes here, but so far nothing gusty. So I really don't know. I don't know if there's anywhere to go right now. It just feels like the wind's coming from everywhere. I'm really not sure like if any of the other sites are going to be any better than this one. So I think I might just take my chances with it and just pitch it really taut. And worst case scenario, I'll be cowboy camping again. Oh boy. As you can see, I'm on the bottom of this little bowl here. And behind me too, it goes uphill. All right, so I've washed one leg and foot. Time to do the other. They actually don't look, okay, yeah, they're pretty gross. This is the end of day 5. I'm really happy with my setup. So far, there hasn't really been any like wind gusts or anything here. So I don't know, you know, that could change at nighttime, but right now it seems promising. So I'm really hoping I can get a good night's sleep tonight. So 5.2 miles into town. I did 15.8 miles today, so almost 16 miles. Doing really, really good with my mileage and feeling good. I have my food cold soaking in there, so that's been sitting there cold soaking while I'm getting everything set up for camp. I keep my sleeping pad blown up and out of the way until I'm ready to lay down on it so I don't pop it on accident. And that's it. I'm just gonna get cleaned up as much as I can with wet wipes.